This would be a good time to ingest some extra caffeine. Late night adventures on the gridiron, and we all know anything can happen when you kick off after dark. Welcome to the home of the BYU Cougars and LaVell Edwards Stadium in Provo, Utah. The Hokies will put total leather to crank us up. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So BYU's offense will be first on the attack. And, David, they've got a guy in the backfield that certainly is capable of carrying more than his share of the weight in this offensive attack.
Yeah, he's a beast, but I would argue this, Reese. Like, you need to get the ground game going. For this offense to be successful, they need a physical...
Wide open spaces. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. The Cougars come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going.
When you come out and the
pressure is effective from the defense, they knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. It's second and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. Here's a heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Here on third down for this offense. He's looking downfield to throw. It's on target and complete. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30. The Cougars are moving quickly down the field. That's not at all where he intended to go with the ball on third and long, but it worked out beautifully.
And the frustrating thing, Reese, is from a defensive perspective,
breaks into the open. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. And the Cougars can really attack on this second and short. Looking to fire. Setting up the screen. They get him out of bounds right at the 5-yard line, and that one might have saved a touchdown. On first and goal, let's see if BYU can score here. He'll keep it himself. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Offside. Defense.
And this is what's going to drive coaches crazy. It's mental errors, right? It doesn't take any talent or lack of talent to have that penalty. You just got to watch the ball, and when it's snapped, get after the quarterback.
And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Let's see what the offense dials up on third and sneaks it in.
How about that first drive by the offense? Usually script the first 10 plays. Well, I had one extra. It only took 9. Great job moving down the field, stringing plays that look like other plays together, and getting this opening drive touchdown.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
7, Virginia Tech, 0.
On the move from inside his 5. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. So the Virginia Tech Hokies offense has its first opportunity of the day. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. It'll be interesting to see what they do today.
Oh, what a move to get open. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Hokies will bring the punt team onto the field. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Fields the punt and looking for daylight. Was looking for more running room but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. The Cougars can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to go up top. Swings it out to the flat. And he's brought down after a nice game.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. The quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
You know, when you're handing off to your fullback, oftentimes these guys need some space to work so they can build up a head of steam and get the speed going, but that guy didn't have anywhere to go on that one.
The Cougars have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Intercepted! Oh, what a play!
And you will always remember your first, and how about that? Breaking on the football, getting an INT, the first INT. Keep the football, brother. The first of many big-time plays for this guy.
The give on the option. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Man, this defense is setting the tone early. 3 and out on the first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, they get a TFL. They are sending a very clear and distinct message to this offense. They are going to set the tone of this game.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. And the running game has been going in the wrong direction. They'll try to get their first positive play of the drive here on 3rd down. Looking to throw, it's Benton. Makes the catch.
On a big 3rd down, love the discipline by the defense there. You got everybody with their eyes on the quarterback, rallying to the football, showing good speed on D. Nice tackle. Love the team defense.
He will not make a fair catch. Field the punt and bring it back. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the air on 1st down. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
They just have not been able to get this guy going. They've thrown it to him over and over again here in the first quarter, and QB and him just not able to link up. The defense knew that was where this guy was going to be looking, but these two, they've got to find a way to get on the same page.
They're in their own territory, but they are undeterred. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. He'll sneak it and try to surge forward.
Yeah, I think those quarterback sneaks used to be for the big, strapping quarterbacks. But, man, nowadays, dude, all you got to do is fall forward, and it's such a hard play to stop. So you see this all across all levels of football, and it's just
intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He was looking for that big return to go with the pick, but he'll set him up in business at the 36. That's the end of the quarter, and BYU is on top. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. So 1st down here as they go back to work. Looking for a man. It's Benton. Under fire. Connection to the right. Rustled out of bounds at the 12.
Did he get his feet down? His feet are on the ground right there.
Another productive play on this drive.
And I love that play call. There's a great example of sudden change situation, right? Your defense gets the turnover. You get it right back. The very first play, let's be aggressive. Let's take a shot and see if we can catch the defense napping. Boy, oh boy, did that ever work out great.
And those sting for offenses, man. You've got an opportunity to get in the end zone, to get the touchdown. It's not easy. It's hard to get guys open. He comes open.
Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Hokie. Looking for the tie with the extra point.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game.
The give to the back. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7.
Well, not a great run there, but I think what the coaching staff is trying to do is they're trying to help out their quarterback. He's thrown interceptions on each of his last 2 drives. The best way to try to settle him down is to get the running game established. But I think the defense is aware of that right now, loading the box. Everybody up front is ready for the run.
Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
3rd down play from the gun. Floating away. Going to try to get it himself. He gets it up to midfield, forced out of bounds at the 50. BYU has this offense clicking. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Fires to the big fella. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Yeah, and a really good job by the defender, understanding the ball's coming. I got to break on it and go, and not try to intercept it and make a bad play. He swats it down and makes sure that's an incompletion.
And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. 2nd down coming up. The offense changing the play. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Snags it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Cougar!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Finds the tight end. Turning it on.
Spamming
Gets
it.
it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. Big play out of the gate to start this drive, and here they come again. Pulls and fires
What a
complete.
screen.
He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
And that RPO play was run to perfection. The run fake forced and sucked the defense up, and a nice job on the route by the receiver, not telegraphing that he was breaking to the inside on the slant.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. The Hokies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Pulls it and fires to the left. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
And if you want to bring all your tight ends in the game, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring in more linebackers, more defensive linemen, get ready for the run, less speed on the field, especially when you get down here in the red zone. I feel like I can match up man-to-man with those tight ends in the back end. Nice job understanding a run was coming.
Back to throw, it's Benton. Pressure coming. Missed his receiver there, it's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Snagged out of the air. He gets it all the way down to the 13-yard line, still short of first down yardage. And now on fourth down, do they kick the chip shot field goal or go for it? And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. No good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive.
Oh, man, the dreaded doink when you knock it off the crossbar. Those are ones where, man, just a couple inches to the other side, towards the middle, and that thing's in, but it still counts as a miss and a missed opportunity.
Quarterback on the keeper. Still on his feet at the 40. At the 45, on its way. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40. And the Cougars just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. That's caught. It's Lindsey. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Oh, they're after him. Just gets rid of it before the heat. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to pass. Pocket breaking down. Nice job of avoiding the sack and picking up a few on the run.
And I feel like this defense is starting to pick up on this quarterback's MO. You've seen it, right? Like, time and time again, he is willing to scramble. He wants to carry the football, kind of apprehensive, maybe doesn't want to make a mistake. I'd love to see him maybe hang in that pocket just a little more and maybe make some plays down the field with his arm.
And it slips just inside that right upright. And they'll push that lead down a little further. So they get the field goal, now about to kick it away, and you get a stop here, and you go to halftime feeling really good about things. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Sends it back in motion. Back to throw, it's Benton. Dumps it off in the flats. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on them. This will likely be the last play of the half. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great atmosphere today in Provo. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today.
And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're...
There he goes. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing.
Lots of room to run. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play. What a dynamic play on that last one. Flips the field, and they've got it 1st and 10 from the 28. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
What a great response by this defense. You give up the big play. What do? You respond right back. You get upfield, get to the quarterback, get the negative play, and get the momentum right back.
And this running back right now is sending a very clear message. He doesn't want to just be known as a guy that can run around you or run away from you. He wants you to know he can lower the shoulder and get those tough yards if need be.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. He slides that just inside the right upright. They're back to within a touchdown. 17-10 is the score. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Off the play fake on first down. He's got the tight end. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. From the gun, running back gets to give. Not enough for the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain. BYU with the 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. 2nd down coming. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Just going to keep it after the snap. Across the 35. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27. The Cougars kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Leaves it with the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
Not many hiccups on this drive, but it's 2nd and 13 now. Looking to fire. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Oh, he's got some space. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of him.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling pass and then kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
He'll pull it on the read. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on 4th down. And here they come going for the first down on 4th and 2. Has to get there to move the sticks. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. The Cougars pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater. Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Trying to bully their way in. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision.
Touchdown, Cougars. They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession. You know what? Methuselah lived 969 years. He was born and died in the amount of time it took them to walk it down the field and score that touchdown.
And that's just so frustrating. Play after play after play, you line up, you try to do your assignment, and you fail, and they cap it off with a touchdown. Oh, Methuselah.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Looking to throw, it's Benton. Takes the easy completion. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
Man, there are certain guys that I want to make sure I hone in on, and I do not give them the football in space. And this running back is one of those guys. Really good job by the defense, keeping their eyes on their keys and not letting him sneak out and get any kind of space. As soon as he touched it, he was on the ground.
And he's brought down after a nice gain. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Under fire. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. And the Hokies with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. The give to the back. Tackled there by the defense.
And I know it's not a first down, but I still like the way they ran the football here. Just try to make the next 3rd down manageable. Try to get it where it's not as predictable. I think the offense did a really good job being smart there, taking what the defense gave them.
Fires to the tight end. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. We've reached the break. BYU is on top. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the 1st down. Motion from the wideout. They'll leave it with him. Defense is there to greet him again, and they are ready, and he has found nowhere to run tonight. The Hokies now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Looking downfield, it's Benton. Got his man. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Really nice job on that play. Quarterback and receiver being on the same page. Quarterback not telegraphing the throw, and the receiver does a nice job finding the soft spot in the defense, just settling down and giving his quarterback a nice target to throw to.
Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Rumbles ahead for a pickup of 5 to the 29.
And every coach in America has a plan for this situation. The first 4 minutes of the game, the last 4 minutes of a game. How I'm going to construct my offense. Most of the time, I got to be physical. Run the football like right here. Run that clock. Get a few first downs, and I can end this football game on offense.
Solid run on the last play gives this offense another first down. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run is coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
It'll be 3rd and long. Rides the back on the option, the give. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Just a short pass to the tight end. He didn't make it. They'll have to give up the football, and hope is still alive. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. To the air, it's Benton. Got a man.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
More than enough time in the pocket, and he fires left. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. Let's see. He can block, he can catch, he can run. Yeah, let's just forget about the blocking for now. The catching, the running, the scoring is dangerous.
And they do the dirty work, but this is what they would prefer to do. These guys want to catch touchdown passes. Most of these guys were wide receivers in high school, and they show you why. They'll go up, get that football, make plays for their quarterback.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. We'll see how aggressive this defense is with just a few minutes to play. Firing to the right, complete. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Wants to go up top. Rushes on him. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They won the game today. That's 2 in a row. If they win the next one, it's called a winning streak. It's been done before.
And we're seeing the identity of this team come into fruition. You just get the sense they're finding out who they are, what they're about, what they're going to do schematically, and who their big playmakers are.
Which is tough to do, right? It's tough to grow throughout a season and understand who you are. But when you stack wins week after week on top of each other and start to have success,